This presentation is part of a series of 5 designed by my colleague Amanda Roberts and myself to support the development of collaborative school leadership. The series is intended for practitioners and policymakers who want to work with others to develop and nurture collaborative leadership. We hope you find it a useful tool. Collaborative school leadership is leadership which is enacted by everyone in the school and works for inclusive participation and holistic learning. Now, there's a lot of ideas in that single definition, so we want to go into those a little bit more deeply. We'll start with the first phrase in that definition, that leadership is enacted by everyone in the school. The idea that underpins this phrase is that leadership is distributed. It's a fact of life. By this, we mean that all the influences that create change or hold back change in a school come from the actions and relationships of everyone in that school. This includes teachers, students and support staff, as well as middle leaders and senior leaders. So we see leadership as emerging from the continuous flow of interactions across the school and up and down the school's hierarchy, not simply from the actions of a single teacher or a small leadership elite. Let's explore this a little bit further. We readily accept that those in named positions of leadership, head teachers, deputy heads, principals and so on, are active contributors to leadership. They exercise positional leadership. However, that's not the only source of leadership. People who don't have formal positions are also contributing actively to leadership. They contribute to what we term non-positional leadership. Yet they and those working with them are often unaware that this is what they are doing. Non-positional leaders include teachers and other staff, students and parents. They add to the leadership mix in the school by influencing colleagues, by making changes, by introducing innovative practice and interpreting school policy. Non-positional leadership is not always seen as or even called leadership, but it is leadership nonetheless. Reframing our thinking about leadership to become aware of the potential impact of non-positional leadership has practical implications. It helps us to avoid concentrating on developing only one aspect of leadership, that is, the activity of positional leaders. It allows us to develop the full potential that non-positional leadership offers for innovation, for inclusion, and for enhancing the school's leadership energy in support of learning. It also encourages us to ask critical questions about how the school is organised and functions. For example, who is seen and who is not seen as contributing to leadership? Who is supported in developing leadership and co-leading with others, and who is not supported in doing this? Whose ideas for action and change are valued, and whose ideas are not? And what are the possible reasons for this? So we are proposing that, whether we like it or not, leadership is distributed. Now, this can be understood more fully through the lens of 2 linked ideas: intentionality and emergence. Intentionality is the human spark, the ideas, the motivations, the creativity that lead people to initiate and guide action and to seek to influence others. Let's give an example. Sarah, a teacher, is concerned that children are coming to school hungry. More children are coming to school hungry than previously, and wonders what to do about it. And so she decides to suggest a breakfast club. And she talks to the deputy head teacher, who supports the idea. She talks to the school's parent-teacher association, who are also supportive and are willing to give some resources. She's also helped by colleagues who give her assistance in running the club. Now, the intentionality in this example begins with Sarah, but there are other intentionalities that lead to and support what occurs afterwards. So it's more than just one person's intentionality, but others are coming in as well that give rise to this new venture. However, leadership is also emergent. Individual intentions are only part of the picture. Leadership emerges from the interplay between people, between relationships and their social and institutional context. And this idea comes from, particularly from complexity theory, as well as other thinking about leadership. Individuals can plan and take responsibility for their own actions, but they cannot plan the actions of others in the same way. The outcomes of, say, a strategic plan arise from the interplay over time of the plan's aims, people's interpretations over time of those aims, people's actions and interactions with each other, and with the resources and institutional structures for change in the school. What comes out of this is more than the sum of individual intentions.